Happy summer. This is Brooke Richards-Patterson, candidate for Old Bridge Board of Education 25. I just recap really quickly with the interim superintendent. The meeting was tonight at the high school. And so we're officially welcoming Dr. Bernie Bragan. And he has experience with this. He's done this kind of position before. This buys the Board of Ed a little bit of time to allow the vetting process with the firm that they hired. Jen D'Antonio, the president of the Board of Ed, also mentioned that having a series of meetings before they finalize the decision, but they are moving quickly. You figure we really didn't have that much time to get somebody new, so this is a normal process. In fact, normally what they would do in a time like this is hire an interim superintendent that's somebody that's retired, that comes out of retirement just for something like this, or they hire a professional interim superintendent, which is what they did. So I respect their decision. I, again, wish Mr. Cittadino all the best. There's these stories going around. I have nothing to do with the way the Board of Ed votes. I am a stakeholder and I have every right to speak at meetings just like you and everybody else that lives in town, and even who doesn't live in town pays taxes. And there were things that were going on. In fact, I'm not done talking about them. So I hope that the bar is raised for the next superintendent, because that was my hope for in the past. Let's keep it professional and keep it business. But I had nothing to do with the votes. I don't get a vote as far as renewing a contract, and I won't this time. Because they're going to finalize this at the October 28th meeting, which will probably be the last one that I attend before Election Day, November 4th. So that should be interesting. That's going to be a very big meeting, by the way, because they're doing the work now to find out about redistricting and finding out which elementary schools are potentially going to be the ones to shut down because of all this budget stuff. So, and keep in mind where our former superintendent is going. They cleaned house with their central administration because of the fact that they had to cut so many things and make really drastic business decisions. And we really didn't make the types of decisions some of the other districts have made. I mean, look at Toms River, look at Wayne, how many faculty members they had to cut. At the end of the day, you do have to understand this is business. And unfortunately, the cost of everything is going up, and it's tough times for everybody. This is not easy, but this is the job of a Board of Ed. That's what they're voted to do. And I have nothing to do with it. And I wish all of the Board of Ed members all the best in this, because the current, very right now, 8 out of the 9 Board of Ed members that are allowed to vote will be the ones voting on the next superintendent's contract following the interim. And Dr. Bragan couldn't make it tonight, but I did get up and speak. I asked, could we just hear a little bit something about him? And so our district attorney, gave a little intro, and then there was commentary. That type of commentary is actually what inspired me to run for Board of Ed in the first place, because paid or not, this is a job, it's a business, and everybody should be behaving respectfully and professionally. And the type of undermining that was going on tonight was just really inappropriate. And I hope that turns around. And I have butted heads with Mr. Slade before on some things, and I have to say I respect him so much tonight for saying, hey, I'm going to talk on this, and just shutting it right down. It's not an easy decision. I mean, you walk in and you could just feel the tension in the air. Even though we're all tan and feeling summer rain, enjoying our family time, our extra family time, there was tension in the air. I mean, these are uncertain times, but let's be positive and let's work together, and let's provide the most quality experience for our faculty and for our students. So that's the recap. I'm going to show the clip about what Mr. Parton, our district attorney, shared about our interim superintendent, and it's official from now until at least the end of October at the October 28th meeting.
Now there are 15 applications in the pipeline. The district and the firm are collaborating on the focus group schedules. There should be at least 13 different focus groups. All board members have been interviewed, and there will be 3 public sessions totaling in 24 different focus slots for the public and staff and community to have say in who our final superintendent is. The in-person community sessions will be in-person is scheduled for Thursday, tentatively scheduled for Thursday, September 11th, with virtual nights the week of the 15th and the week of the 25th. So those dates will be forthcoming. The district is also working on a webpage to keep the public and the community informed as far as the superintendent search. The board told the executive search firm that we would like to get this moving quickly, and the board has agreed with the goal of trying to make our vote on our final superintendent at the October 28th meeting.
My name is Brooke Richards-Patterson. I just wanted to congratulate Dr. Bragan and welcome him and wish Mr. Citadino well. Could you just maybe go over a little bit of his background? That was it. Good job. I'm happy everybody came to a unanimous decision, by the way.
I don't have his information on me. Does anyone have it on them? Go ahead. Yeah, I can.
So Dr. Bragan has been in education for about 30 years. He has been a superintendent in the local area. He was assistant soup and soup in Hazlet Township, just south of here. He has been involved in the Tri-District, Atlantic Highlands, Henry Hudson, and Highlands. He's been involved in the Monmouth Ocean Ed Services Commission, and he was in Edison for a couple years before relocating to Virginia. He is now relocating back, and he will be here somewhat working with Dr. Hooker, Dr. Tui, and Mr. Weidele in the coming weeks. He will officially start on September 1st, but he will be here a little bit between now and then. In his Virginia school district where he's employed right now, their administrative council meeting is today and tomorrow, so tonight was impossible for him. The board will be meeting with him briefly in executive session shortly, but he is a fully qualified candidate, and the board consensus was reached after the process that Ms. D'Antuono described.
Good.
As of right now, we have hired HYA as the search firm, job posting on their website as far as this superintendent position is open for Old Bridge Township Board of Education. So based on that opening, and they have thousands and maybe hundreds of thousands of hits on their website, you know, they see anyone that is willing to just apply for Old Bridge, they're getting that job application and they're submitting their documents. The real focus now over the next couple months, which I've started on meetings with different focus groups and eventually the community, will be there is going to be community events or focus group events in which a leadership profile is ultimately built. Essentially, HYA will be asking members of the community, members of the different focus groups, of what they think the strengths of the district are, what they think the weaknesses are, essentially like a SWOT analysis, opportunities, threats, you know, so they want to be able to accumulate all the responses from whether a group of teachers, a group of paraprofessionals, a group of administrators, a group of board members, or the community at large. They want to take all the responses they get at these meetings and build what's called a leadership profile. Then, when that leadership profile is created, it gets posted even more, and it gives exactly what we as a district are looking for in a candidate. Then, someone that didn't submit an application or a submittal already, one of those 15 people, they read that profile and say, maybe they were teetering back and forth of, do I want to go for that job or not? They read that profile and say, you know what, that really matches me as a professional, as a person. I really want to apply. Or there's some people that are going to read that profile and say, maybe I'm not ready to commit and go to the next level. I'm still, you know, need some more experience or something where, you know, my values don't match the values of Old Bridge. So that is what we are building over the next few weeks, over the next couple months, a leadership profile, which will then be posted by HYA and allow additional candidates to then read that profile and submit again. So until that process is done, we will not know we don't know what 15 candidates have submitted until we get further along in this process, and then we get the full list. And again, this board asked that question. We want to be able to see every single submission of a candidate that was interested. So, you know, some different search firms can say, oh, we're going to give you the best 10. This board did not want that. They want to be able to see and identify and vet every candidate. They just want to be able to see and know who's in the pool. So that is the biggest update I can give. We don't know those 15 people. We don't know if Dr. Bragan will apply ultimately as his decision if he wants the permanent position. But that's where we stand as of right now.